From Rob Laitman's Twitter, May 18, 2019. A person is not required to carry out spiritual work, but to make efforts. It's a game. Let him break things, but learn through it. A child doesn't learn unless he breaks things in order to figure out what is inside. It's the same on the spiritual path. But when doing so, one should aim to create and ascend. David Ben-Gurion, love your neighbors as yourself, is Judaism's higher imperative. Israel will be deserving of its name only when its social, agricultural, and political system will be based on these 5 timeless words. Kabbalah, love your neighbor as yourself, is the general law of nature. Its essence is, we want to unite all together in a single soul, in one attitude to one another, to feel that we are one organism. By that we become a spiritual humanity and rise to the spiritual degree. The Eurovision contest is taking place in Israel. Will this affect the other nations' attitude to us? Never. So how should we be in relations to the nations of the world? We must ensure a good future for them and demonstrate that we exist for the benefit of humanity. If one has no strength to exalt the world in the state of being a zero, without feeling the taste in it above any other state, preferring him to one's feeling good, it means that one lacks the power of faith above reason. Then one must pray, for a person cannot achieve this on his own, but only with the help of the upper light. To strive for the state of absolute zero is, in fact, to accept the Creator's upper governance, called Malchut Shamayim, meaning that only the Creator can grant the strength to be at the 0 point and in any circumstance feel joy. One must believe and feel as if he reached faith in his senses, that he feels the Creator ruling the world benevolently, and although he sees the opposite, he imagines perfection and adhesion above his feelings. As a result, one is happy, meaning he views the world as the Creator's perfect work and thanks him for it. Bestowal means that one regards the Creator as good and his governance as constant in everything, and therefore one is always happy, regardless of his subjective feelings and thoughts, although he feels as imperfect. This is called working for the sake of bestowal. Thus, the goal is to achieve happiness in any state. Day means light, but the day of the Creator is the light of faith above reason, that the faith in the good power of the Creator is above all, and one does not want to see it, but only to believe it, but with the same power as seeing it, and this is called the day of the Creator. Malchut is only a black point. But if a person accepts it as important, it is deemed that he raised Shekhinah from the dust, and he cannot fall any longer, and Shekhinah bonds with him forever. If light descends upon him, he receives it as having come not by his will. Revelation is attained only after concealment, when there is no difference between them, in the same joy bestowed. If the Creator desires for the person to remain in concealment forever, he agrees. That is, if one accepts the upper one's power unconditionally, with joy, by that he turns Malchut into Keter, bestowal. Broken desires rise to correction with each time. If conditions are right, an embryo appears. Kadnut means one enters the work and realizes that he's far from the Creator. He has no plea Precisely what is felt as dust becomes spirituality. This means raising Shahina from the dust.